Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Preparing for Love on another round. I'm your host, Jay. And today we're going to get started real quick. I just wanted to come in, let you guys get in here for a second. Just get yourselves all in here. Please do me a solid as you come in. You know, I love, my favorite color is green, so drop them lime green hearts up in here if you can. Also, please like, share, subscribe to the channel if you please love what you get out of this. I know I'm asking please a lot, so y'all just bear with me, okay, because I'm just in a good spirit. But if you guys do love what y'all get out of this, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below with any thoughts that you guys have. Today our topic is deal breakers. So if you guys have any that you guys want to share with us that we haven't probably mentioned or whatever as we get into it, please leave them in the comments below. If you're watching this on the replay, feel free to engage if you're watching this live with us right now, because you guys, we feed off of your comments as well. I got some special guests in the house tonight, so I would love to be you guys to, you know, be respectful of my guests, please. We are not talking any questions of Ready to Love. This is about preparing for love, okay? So I don't want you guys sitting here trying to have a whole conversation about anything that happened on the show. We're not talking about nothing on the show. We're talking about the people in their real life situations, okay? Please. I don't want to have to block nobody because I love you all, but respect my channel. All right, please. Okay. Anyways, today's topic is deal breakers. And so, you know, how we always can talk about the negatives. So this might be interesting how good we get into it, because the negatives about our relationships is all we like to talk about. We don't like to talk about the good stuff, because when we talk about the good stuff, then other people want our people. So we have to be careful. So we like to talk about the things that really protect ourselves in relationships, things that we're just like, we have our boundaries. We had a whole conversation about boundaries. And so sometimes them deal breakers are within our boundaries to say this, you know, I really mean this. And I'm going to put my foot down on this right here. And to show you that, I will have to literally cut you off. You know, some of our deal breakers might give second chances, third chances, and some of them might just be that one time only. We'll get into it as we get into it. I just want to get all the semantics out the way. So please like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm only doing that now because once we start conversating, I don't really want to break it to tell you guys what to do, which I should already be doing. But come on in, say hi. And first of all, let me bring my first guest up. And yes, it's two. But, you know, beautiful, beautiful people. And you guys, like I said, be respectful. Say hi to everybody. Hey.
What's good, everybody?
Hello.
How y'all doing? What's up?
This is like, this is very special, very, very special, because Tyrone, you guys know, is a regular here on this. He's always good at being transparent and open with his life. And I really do appreciate it, because we do get into good conversations, even though he be trying to be everybody's therapist up in here.
Yeah.
But we get the first time of having Ace here on our channel. Welcome, Ace.
Thank you, Jay, for having me. I'm excited to be here with you guys today.
Hopefully this won't be the last time I have you. We won't run you off. And today I know we're talking about deal breakers, and I'm pretty sure hopefully you guys had this conversation with you guys are today. So I'm not here to go back and forth to break up nobody's relationship. Y'all know I love. And so if y'all just happen to start having conversation about it, please don't break up because of this. Please.
Oh, no. We good.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Hey. Thank you, Monique, for coming in. Hey. But yes, okay. So we always start off. What are you guys' number one? We'll stay with your number one, your main ultimate, like your ultimate deal breaker.
You go first. Let me think.
For me, it's like blatant disrespect, blatant public disrespect. I just can't do it. I'll just turn around, walk away, go home.
Mm-hmm. And what does that look like for you?
I mean, like maybe like putting hands on me in public, getting loud in public, cussing me out in public. You know, if I did something wrong, you know, chances are, you know, there's a high chance I'm going to own up to it. But at least wait till we get home, wait till we get in the car, something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
just hold off of it, like, because it's like you know, if all else fails, it's kind of like my manhood is all I have left. You know, so if you try to take that, I'm gonna obviously try to defend that. You know, even if I'm wrong. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So
And hypothetically speaking, say a situation does occur like that. How is I'm pretty sure it has happened like that in your past. But how would you handle that situation in that moment?
It depends on what it is. Like sometimes, like I've been in situations like all the way back to high school to where, you know, the lady has tried to get physical. You know what I mean? And nobody was stepping in. And I'm like, yo, can somebody like help me out here? And she was still, you know, trying to go at it. So that is difficult. But for the most part, I think I would just remove myself from the situation and be like, you know what? You got it. You know, I was wrong. I know we're both going to probably be upset at that moment. But, you know, I would try my best to be like, you know what? You know, I'm not going to have this escalate. I'm just going to remove myself right now.
Got it. Yeah, I think that's the best thing, especially as a man and a Black man right now in this country, is to just remove yourself from the situation. Okay, so another hypothetical: if they're chasing you down,
Hey, bro. Hey, can I get some help over here?
Back up.
Get your girl. Get your girl.
Right. Right. I mean, I ain't trying to sleep her. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, in the end, you gotta protect yourself, right? So I wouldn't put hands on her, but you know, I would have to protect myself.
Sweep kick, a good sweep kick, you know.
Huh?
If you do a good
blood
sweep
choke.
kick, you know what I'm saying? Just like trip her real quick.
A blood choke, not an air choke. You know what I mean? A blood choke.
She ran into that. No.
6 seconds. She
Lord. Jesus, Joseph.
No violence.
No.
Yeah.
No
violence. We got security to handle that.
It don't even hurt. You know?
No, it don't even hurt.
No.
No,
it don't hurt. I mean, I'm a jiu-jitsu instructor. I know how to choke.
I'm so done with you. I know how to choke. Let me get one of my other guests on real quick before I get to Ace.
Who we got? Fernando.
What's up?
What's good, bro? What's good?
How you doing? All right. Oh, look at a pretty couple up there. I see y'all.
Hey, what's up?
Fernando.
You see me and my pillows, Fernando. This me and my baby right here.
I see. Total buddy.
How you doing today, Fernando? Welcome.
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good. We just having a good time listening to Tyrone learn how to peacefully choke a person out, you know, just like all jokes. Before y'all come up in here and say that he doing things, no, all jokes. Okay, rewind. He's gonna walk away. Please don't chase him down. Security will tackle. Security will tackle you. Okay. All right, Ace. What's your number one top deal breaker?
Number one, I would say not be having a safe space. Like, I really feel like when you're connected to someone, it has to be a level of honesty and openness in any like relationship that is going to thrive and grow. So for me, if I don't have that safe space, then that's a deal breaker for me, you know? So that's something that is important that I look to.
Hypothetically speaking.
Oh my God.
Hypothetically speaking. And I'm gonna throw this person on real quick because I know he's gonna only be with us for a few seconds. Hey, Tori.
Hey, how you doing?
Tori.
What up, T? What's good?
What's up, Tor?
Hey, how you doing? That's AC and Tyrone. How y'all doing?
That's AC and Tyrone. We got up there.
Man, I gotta take my things out for the power couple.
Oh man.
I already like him. Anything dealing with Ace, I like. He's a good guy. Good guy. I see you, Savage. How you doing, Savage?
I'm good. How you doing, brother?
You got the whole crew here.
Yeah. We're gonna have a good time real quick as long as you can stay with us. You here. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, it got green. It got green everywhere I had. I like that. You have pro golf?
Yeah. Let me know if it's too loud because I'm remember I told you I'm going to be out because I'm actually on. So if it's too loud, let me know.
Okay. All right. But okay, hypothetically speaking, Ace. Sarah, you are sharing something in that safe space, and that person either brings it back to you in a negative space or shares it with somebody else.
That's a personal foul.
Ace.
Ding, 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 ding. Sorry, no.
I'll just play it.
There's multiple issues with that because, and let me say like this, as a man, I'm always taking resolve for the things I've done in the past. Because I've done that in the past, like as a little boy or a younger man. And then you evolve into whom you should be and realize certain things, like when somebody shares something in a safe space, should never be shared, for one. Additionally, it should never be brought up because that person trusted you with that information.
Right.
And it was the understanding that you would not judge them off that information. Like, you should never judge somebody for trusting you with personal information.
And I'm also going to add on to that, you should never judge somebody for being honest with you about their past as well, because it is their past. Or something they're actually
lied to you.
You know. All right, so I'm gonna put you in the back. You're being a distraction. No, I'm just playing. No, but Ace, for you, hypothetically speaking, would that be like warning shots? Or...
Definitely warning shots for me. You know what I mean? Like, if it's something that, like, I would say at this point we're growing, right? So you're invested enough where you want to kind of talk about it and address it. So, you know, I'm not going to say I would totally peel off like the first time like something like that happens, but I will address it with that person. Like, hey, like, what's going on here? You know, like, this is a safe space for me. If it's something that's major, maybe it is big enough for me to say like, this is not for me. But yeah, when it comes to really building something that's going to be substantial, if you don't have a safe space with the one that you're with, then why are you there? You know what I mean? That person is supposed to be able to provide something to you that you can't get outside. You know what I mean? Which is that. So for me, that's why it's one of those overall deal breakers, I would say.
I understand. Yeah. We got flat out disrespect and violation of the safe space. Fernando, welcome. We're talking right now. We just get into a brief overview of your number one deal breaker, your top.
Since respect has already been said, because respect is very big with me, but it's been said already. So I'll go with communication. A lot of times we reach out to somebody and they're not responsive. You know, I like, it's not like within 5 minutes or 10 minutes or within the same hour, but I want to hear back from you. You know, there's time where somebody will like spend a day or two will go by and they'll say, oh, I'm sorry, I've been busy. Yeah, it's cool, but it only takes 5 minutes to send a text message. So for you to ignore somebody, you know, for days at a time, kind of just shows that the interest isn't there or the attention isn't there. And I'm not somebody to sit around and wait to get a response. So if the communication isn't steady, then I don't really find the need to continue talking.
Thanks.
You need that active communication, not just the communication overall, but I need to be able to get back in touch with you. You need to get in touch with me on a regular day-to-day.
It creates reliability.
Hypothetically speaking, because everybody gonna get a hypo. But okay, is it based off of however we start the relationship? Say you hit me today and like 2 days later, that's my regular, like a day, 2 later, I hit you. Or do you just need it automatically? If we gonna do this, you need to speak to me like at least once a day.
No, I can't. No, it's not once a day at all. And the fact that I can't assume that you're always gonna respond to me immediately. But over time, you know, we're months in having conversations and you're steadily communicating. But then other days, you kind of let a couple of days go by where like I'll text you like, say, how's your day going? I get no response at all. And then here comes Thursday and you're like, oh, yeah, I've been good. Yeah, I'm all right. Just been a little busy. It kind of just shows that you're not really attentive. You might not have the same interest level that I have. So some people are accustomed to that. Some people are okay with that you don't get a response every day if you don't send a question to somebody. But if I don't get a response, I kind of just feel like you don't really care. So it kind of just shows like a lack of interest, in my opinion.
What if the relationship started off like that? Like, you know, they're working and it's possibly true that they're actually working and stuff all the time. And so their communication is spotty.
Sure. we'll be friends, and you'll be my spotty friend that I'll check on every once in a while, and I'll wait to hear back from you. That's cool. Don't say it like that, but I won't take you serious. You know, it's just certain things you kind of expect from somebody that you're dealing with. That, you know, if I text you at some point today, you respond back to me. But if I don't hear from you all day when I text you, it's kind of just like you don't really care, so then I don't really care.
Got you. All right, sorry, I'm gonna put you back off of mute or whatever. So what's your number one deal breaker for you?
People that are, there's a lot of, I got a few, but I think one is definitely a person that can't communicate. Because you deal with those whom are afraid to just communicate who they are and like their wants. And also even when it deals with issues that may arise, they can't communicate. You know, I don't like people communicating through text messages. Like if you have something to address, I think it should always be done in person or over the phone. I'm hoping I'm answering the context of the question. No,
you are. Yeah, it's just your number, like one of your tops or whatever right now. We just getting into it, so.
Yeah, communication is one of my deal breakers. Like, I need, you know, somebody that needs to communicate properly. And hygiene.
I was wondering if somebody was going to get into hygiene at some point.
Hygiene is definitely my number one.
I think hygiene is everybody's underlining deal breaker. Like, okay, it's been about 2 days now, baby. You're not gonna shower now. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you meet some like people in your life you meet throughout, whether you're talking to them or dating them or whatever. You might be just in passing, and you be like, "Do you not know? Because I can smell you." So you know. Yeah, and I think this is not for just dating. This is just people. Like, you know, unfortunately, that's the understood you.
That's you.
That some people don't get.
That's you.
That's you.
That's not me. That's you. That's you.
And we're not talking about people that actually have a medical condition, because some people that do have a medical condition are not aware of the smell that they're giving off because it is part of a medical condition. These are people that are actually just nasty. Hygienically.
You're right. Those people that, you know, the non-medical conditions. So there's actually genuine people that, you know, just don't know.
Yeah.
I guess they don't know.
I'll say me and Octavia share the same one. Mine's is the same thing, is a liar. And when I say a liar, I mean like a bold face, look you dead in your face, know you know the truth, and still don't tell you an all-out lie. And it's not even their truth. It's just an all-out lie. Like, baby, wait.
For no reason.
For no reason.
The sky's purple. You know the sky's purple, right? The sky is purple.
Where you at? No.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just like one of those. It's like you're not playing or nothing like that. You trying to be real serious, and you're gonna sit here and just tell me a flat out lie, and you know I know the truth. And I say that because usually when I'm asking questions, that means I already know something. And I'm just trying to see if you're gonna tell me the truth or not.
Keep it real.
Yeah, that's what I can actually respect you more if you keep it real, because now you're giving me my option to choose to either continue to mess with you or move on. And when you take that away from me, that is a big problem for me.
Facts.
Question: how real is too real?
I don't think there's a such thing as too real.
Not for me.
See, yeah.
Not for me. Not for me. And stuff. And
Uh-huh.
The thing is, it's like you got to be open. You got to be okay with your real being questioned too, because your too real might have me have a follow-up question to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, baby, I think she look good. Oh, how good do you think she look? Like, you know, like, okay, like, you know.
What you mean? What you mean by that?
Look good to me. Yeah. Would you hit that? Just let me know, you know.
Did you hit that? That's when you keep it real. Okay.
You know.
Okay.
But
I ain't gonna go there.
Yeah. Triggered. I'm triggered. No, just yes, God's gift, Mike. That is Ace in the flesh, okay? In the glory.
I love.
Yes, yeah, that's my biggest thing. with your deal breakers, and I know Tyrone got the question and whatnot, and Ace kind of got it, but Tori and Fernando, especially you two, with your deal breakers, is that a one-time thing, or would it get a warning and then move on, or as soon as that's not right, you just checked out?
That's for me.
You and Fernando, so either one of you guys can go first.
I'll let Fernando answer so I can steal his answer.
I mean, if it builds a pattern, because if I text you Tuesday, I hear from you Thursday. I text you back Thursday, I hear from you Saturday. Then it's like, all right, you're every 2 day kind of person. So I kind of start noticing a pattern, and I decide from there. But if it's just a one-time thing where every once in a while you don't respond immediately, or you don't respond on the same day, then that's cool. That's life. Things happen. I understand that things happen. That's how things are. But if I tend to see that that's just how you are, you don't care, or if I bring it up to you and say, hey, if I text you, just before you go to sleep that night, just tell me something so I know that you're okay, I'd appreciate it. And they say, yeah, I'll do that. And then they continue to still just not respond throughout the days. And then it's kind of like, all right, then you're not paying attention to what I'm asking for. You don't really care too much, then I'm not gonna worry about it. I kind of said, move on, kind of let things be.
Right. I definitely hear that. If they ain't investing my time, I'm not wasting mine. So, all right.
Match my energy.
Thanks. Yeah, you got other things. That's what I say. I'm a mirror of what I see. So eventually I'm gonna start doing your text messages the same way. Like, luckily I got an Android, so y'all can't see when it's on red, but I be like you gotta have an Android with me.
But that also comes with communication at the beginning, right? Like you should know what your partner's deal breakers are. You should be having those conversations early, right? Just to make sure you don't never accidentally cross that line.
If
you do, you recognize it right away. Yeah.
You'll be surprised that people don't have it or don't even know what their deal breakers are until they get into the situation. Like, oh yeah, wait, no, I don't like this.
You gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention. You never know when you have a situation to be like, you know what, babe? I realized what I did earlier triggered you, and I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. At our grown age, we should kind of know what our triggers are. We should kind of know what they are to be able to tell people. But you'll find out a lot of people don't even know each other's favorite colors, their partner's favorite colors. Wow, like they just start to assume because they see them in certain things or whatever that's their color, and like it's not. Like sometimes it's really not. It's not even their thing. So it's those little things. We don't have those conversations. We try to have in-depth conversations, but sometimes we miss all the little things that really make our relationship go. So now that we've Fernando's answer was how many times, Tori?
Yeah, so sorry, I moved a couple of times, but they get a warning, I believe, because one thing about it, when you're dealing with individuals, sometimes they just don't know until you communicate that to that person. Like some people are unaware of things. There's been things that I've been unaware about myself personally that until somebody brought to my attention, it was never something that I noticed. So therefore, I think when it comes to a lack of communication, some people may think they are communicating in a certain way or a manner that is appropriate. But for you, it may not be an appropriate way of communicating. Some people I realized some people come out of like what Fernando has on his situation and his deal breaker. I've dated people where they've been in relationships where they didn't have to talk to, their person didn't want to talk to them every day, and they've gotten used to that, and they kind of been stuck in that ways, and then they meet somebody such as myself or somebody else that expects communication throughout the day or either at least once a day. And then just in my aspects of what I was saying about communication, period, and being able to communicate properly, I've dated people that they thought they were communicating properly until I broke it down and then like, okay, this is how, you receive communication and vice versa. And I've been like, well, I'm more of a person that is just kind of cut and dry to the point where somebody needs a little bit of more softer approach. So, and that's been my aha moment when somebody broke it down to me. Hey, okay, I need to be a little bit more softer instead of just being direct to the point. So I think from that, I've learned that people need chances to be that person for you. I think we all expect to have that cookie cutter person that, knows how to communicate, knows how to give that, bit of information to themselves. But some people are not made like that. They haven't been through that. And I would say that also too, you also got to follow your gut. Like if somebody's not communicating with you properly the way you need and not willing to make those changes after you have addressed it, then follow your gut. They're just probably not for you.
That's right.
Definitely hear that. Communication is definitely a big key in relationships, period, overall. So learning your person that you're with and see how they compare with you and how y'all communicate is like a very big thing. Like I say, lying is a big thing for me, but communication is definitely up there because I have to see how you are. Like my guy likes to BS all the time. And if you don't know him, you're going to be like, oh, he a liar. He'll do this. Like, but I know how he is because I know him. So it's just like, I know when the truth is coming out. I know when it's not coming out. So you got to kind of know your person too. So communication is a big thing to know from your person on how their style is. And I'm with you, Fernando. Once you show me a pattern from the beginning on how you're going to communicate, that's the pattern that I get used to. So if you're every other day type person, I'm expecting to hear from you every other day. Like that's what I get to. If you hit me every day, so ghost on me another day, I'm like, okay, who got your time today? Like, what's going on? Like,
I don't expect every day at all. Like,
I've learned that decisive people are very consistent. Those who are not decisive tend to be inconsistent. And one thing about it, you have to know what you're dealing with and who you're dealing with. A lot of us, we meet people and we have that surface feeling for them or interest, but we do not determine if that person is somebody that is decisive and really knows what they want, But if that person is decisive, you can see the consistency on how they treat you, consistency on how they communicate, and consistency on how they evolve.
Bro, I'm saying, look at Tori schooling. Look at Tori schooling us, man. Look at Tori putting out that good word.
Yeah, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, consistency is definitely like, you're going to get consistency with a more decisive person, but doesn't mean that an indecisive person is not consistent. It's just what they're being indecisive about. If they're indecisive about you or food or something like that, like that's the thing.
Generally, they're consistent with being indecisive.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
That's one thing they're consistent with being indecisive.
I think that kind of goes with what CJ says here. CJ says, hey, a deal breaker is a person who cannot articulate the principles they live by, either because they have none or because they ascribe to be the next trending thing. How do you guys feel about that?
Or they don't care enough to, articulate their principles. That could be it as well.
Yeah.
You have to care about the person to let that person know what your boundaries are, and then identify what their boundaries are. Like you have to want it. If you don't want it, it ain't happen. Just like we were talking about earlier, consistently inconsistent. And it's because you don't want it. Your pace may not be the other person's pace, but still, a pace is still a pace.
Right. Right. And here's a funny thing too. I listened to all you guys. Nobody's number one deal breaker was cheating. And a part of this conversation came up because when we have at our panels and stuff, we have like after lives and stuff, and we have conversations, and we were going through some, and a lot of people were on a fence on cheating. We had a whole bunch of different views on cheating being as a deal breaker. So let's use that one.
Oh, it's a deal breaker. It's a deal breaker. It may not be number one, but it is definitely a deal breaker. Off with the head. No,
I'll say for lying is a given. They number one. If you're a liar, you're a cheater. I'm done with you. That's principle. I didn't think I had to say it. That's principle.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and then the other thing I would add to that, when I'm talking about a safe space, you are not a safe space if you are a cheater. I'm sorry. Like it really kind of threads all the way through, because how can I be safe or feel that safe space if you're unable to provide that through your actions? So it may not be number one, but it's definitely threaded in there, as Fernando was saying.
Yeah.
If they're a cheater or a cheat, meaning that they have done it before.
A cheat means you let them come back, right? And do it again. So there should be no coming back from cheating.
So if they did it one time, you
off with it.
No, they do it one time, they can do it 2 times and 3 times.
Yeah,
And now you just give them excuses.
Yeah.
It's like this. I learned in life.
You guys gonna be single forever.
well, hold on. I learned in life. What Savage said. I learned in life, a lot of times we give people excuses because we want excuses for our actions in the future. You can't give people excuses. Like, if you give excuses now, it's a perpetual cycle of, well, you did this, and then now y'all later on talking about, well, you did this, and it starts a cycle. I think what we don't realize is, I've dated people and I forgot, given things, not cheated, but just some stuff that I forgot. So now later on in my mind, how dare you say something to me about an action that I made because you did this? And then it comes on. I think we don't realize cycles start by not communicating properly, by lying, by cheating, by doing things that the other person would deem not relationship worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Y'all not trying to have a Will and Jada relationship. I see this now. See, none of y'all is worthy of that love. Okay, that is love right there, baby. No,
that's love.
Let's look at the definition, baby, because I can't see that.
That's a crazy in love right there. I want that crazy in love.
Okay. First of all, God has outnumbered the man with the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no,
it's too complicated to leave you, and I can't quite kill you.
Exactly. So I'm gonna stay as a stay.
Right, but you go do your thing.
They put murder on the. They put unalive on the insurance policy as not a way to get the money, so I can't do it.
And I think
because see, for me. Honestly, the one-time deal, like, you know, I could probably now don't quote me on this. I could probably, because I have done it in the past, I could probably let go of that.
Don't say it out loud.
Now,
you can't let your brain hear you say it.
I'm not gonna sit here and say you won't have the hardest recovery time in the world with me. Okay, I'm not gonna act like it's gonna be smooth sailing and I'm gonna just let you off the hook so easy.
Mm-hmm.
But I could let it go one time. Now, and the only reason I can let it go that one time is if you're honest about it. If you're honest,
as a savage, I'm hearing I got one free pass.
Right, like,
and you could take that one free pass if you want to take your chances. You catch me on the wrong day, you be like,
I mean, I guess the guy woman can be honest about it. I just so happened to fall onto her lips. It was an accident, you know. I slipped and fell.
In the pussy. I mean, I say that out loud.
And I slipped and fell on the D. But sorry,
she was taking a shower and I slipped and fell. Sorry.
Yeah, you slipped and fell and I slipped and fell on the D. So we easy now. So leave me alone.
What is the punishment?
Exactly. And see, that's the torture that you gonna go through because you gonna have to sit here. Like, I'm gonna tell you up front, like, I'm not gonna tie your hands to the thing. I'm not gonna say that I just gotta hold you to me and that's it. If you're free as a person to go do what you want to do, and that's on you. When I ask the question, please tell me the truth and just understand the consequences of it could be me going my own way or you living in hell for a period of time until I deal with it and get past it.
So you do feel like it's something that you could get past?
I have gotten past it. I have gotten past it in a relationship before, but that person continued to do it. So that's where they are now, gone.
Question: if you forgive them, would you ever bring it up again?
That's a great question. That is a great question.
Once I actually, now my forgiveness comes in 2 parts. I'm not going to even try to play with you, okay? There's the initial part, but it's always going to say, I'm not going to forget like that. So as I'm going through my healing process, you have to deal with me through my process because now you have taken my option to just go and do me away. I
think Tyrone brought something up that was like definitely needs to be addressed. Like when you're dating somebody and they forgive you, and after they went through the healing process And this is where I go with that perpetual cycle again. Months later, years later, they're bringing it up every issue.
They haven't forgiven you.
Yeah, I know, and that becomes a problem. But you chose to forgive and move forward. You can't continue to beat a dead horse if you chose to forgive and move forward. And a lot of people I learned can't do that. I've been guilty of that as well myself, saying, "Well, I will forgive," and then like the months, the years later, it comes up, so it becomes a regress. That's why I thought that was a really good question, because some people do not know how to let go when they say they actually genuinely forgive, and you can't keep bringing it up to that person because now you're still living in a past moment.
The thing with that too is that a lot of people assume that because I took you back, that is me forgiving you. That is not me forgiving you at that point until I am actually healed from the situation, meaning that we have to go through my reprocess of learning how to trust you again. Because for me, I'm one of them people that if I bring you into my life, that means I trust you already. You have to if you break that trust, now you have to earn it back.
So when do you officially forgive them? Like, what's the signal to him that you have forgiven him?
One, I'm definitely not gonna bring it back up again or whatnot and stuff. But you'll know by the way that I'm back trusting you and back loving you.
So question, if you have a conversation about it and he apologizes and explains it and says, "I'm sorry," and then you say, "I accept that and I forgive you," we're supposed to be done at that point.
I accept
or you can't let that come out of your mouth.
I
can't
accept
say
that.
I forgive you if you don't.
I accept that. The forgiveness part is not going to be right away, Tyrell. Good try.
So acceptance and forgiveness.
He's making a valid point. He's making that valid point. It's like how many times are we going to relive the issue? Because now it becomes, yes, I want to be with you. Yes, I'm willing to take on the brunt of what I done and understand the slack. But when does it end? It's like, when does it end? Because it's not always the case where somebody says, "Well, I forgive you," and y'all move on, and then even years later or months later, that it doesn't be brought up, or that you feel like, well, you go into your mom's house, now I gotta wear a tracking ring, I gotta call you there, call you home.
If I have to go through that process of forgiveness where I gotta do all of that, I gotta go through your phone and all that stuff like that, I don't want you anymore. I don't.
But many people do it. Many people are married and do it. Many people are long-term relationships do it.
They'll go through therapy and everything and still have those issues and stuff. So I can't speak for those people. I just can speak for how I know what I can handle or whatnot.
So do you believe relationship counseling is needed for something like that? Once that happens, is automatically let's go to therapy, or you think you can be unpacked? Y'all can unpack it within your relationship.
I would prefer the mediator. Because it does help both parties calmly address the situation. Because sometimes, and I'll say in my experience, sometimes I won't come off as aggressive in my speech, but I can use words that sound like I'm attacking. I can be talking just like this, but I know how to use certain words to articulate certain words that it'll come off as attacking because I'm still hurt.
That's tough for a dude.
Keep you out the kitchen, away from the knives when we talking. I get that.
That's
tough. Everything could turn into a weapon, Tori. Don't play.
That's tough for a dude to know that there's still a small percentage there that you're still holding on to. You know what I mean? So any of the slightest type of disagreement or argument, there's a chance that you may bring that back up. And I think that's wrong because you're using the vulnerability against them.
And I think him stepping out of the relationship when he agreed that he wouldn't is wrong too. But he did what he did.
But on top of that, what I would say, I feel like this kind of goes to a point that you're making, Tyrone, Tori, you've made it too. But I feel like if it's something that people are consistently bringing up, then maybe it's a moment for a person to do self-reflection. Maybe it's a deal breaker that you don't want to admit is a deal breaker, because the deal is broken if you're consistently bringing something up that's in the past. And you're also hovering on a relationship that can't move forward or evolve or thrive if you're consistently bringing something like that up. So to me, it will be a self-reflection moment. If you're consistently bringing it up, maybe you need to come to a realization that, you know what, this is a deal breaker for me. You are no longer a safe space. This cannot grow and thrive. It's a tough pill to swallow, but sometimes we have to do that type of reflection to see what we want.
And I agree with you, Ace. If I get to that point where I can't control my tongue in that moment, to not bring it up, because I have done that where it's just like I want to say it and it's like, nah, that ain't gonna be good for this conversation or whatever. And stuff.
I don't want to go there. Yeah. We should never go there. You know what I'm saying? If I can't really say it and we both know that in that moment we can laugh about it or whatnot, if we just can't get to that place, I'm just done.
True.
Because that means I'm never gonna trust you again. And so I might as well check out the situation myself, because that's not what I want.
I mean, I see what Donovan said, and I actually agree with Donovan. What's up, Donovan? It's definitely have to like kind of forget that it occurred, because it's so easy to, like you say, you bring it up over and over again. Sometimes you have to bring it up. It's in the back of your head. It's in your subconscious. So if the person is out, your spouse is away, they're gone, you haven't heard from them, things occurring, you start thinking in the back of your head, like, are they doing it again? Are they cheating again? And it kind of builds that up in the back of your head. And you might not say anything, but then you're dealing with it inside, and it affects other situations. It affects the next time you see them, next time you talk to them. It kind of comes up in a different kind of way. You don't point it out, but you kind of have an aggression towards them.
Yeah.
So I don't think I could do it, just because once it occurs, it's always in the back of my head all the time. About it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got about 3-4 more minutes because I've been being rude for a minute.
Okay, no worries, Tori. Go ahead.
Tori, I'll be like,
yeah. I think with that too, also forgiveness would be like a deal breaker for me too. If you don't have the ability to give me the grace that I might need in some situations, because I can give that to you. I can understand that you're human in certain things. Now you ain't gonna be stabbing me and stuff like that. You're not gonna be putting your hands on me and all that, and I'm gonna forgive you. I'm sorry.
That's funny. Jay, you was talking like you be playing double dutch with your forgiveness.
Listen, I know I don't take play double dutch with my forgiveness. I'll give it to you under certain conditions. Like I have, sometimes you got people in your life that are friends. My deal breaker might not X you out of being my friend. It might X you out of being in my bed. But we can still, I have to come back to it as this is my friend. Let me have a conversation with my friend. And if it's somebody that I feel that is long-term for a long-term situation, I have to learn how to like be forgiving in certain things. Now, it doesn't mean that we're not going to have the conversation and we're going to go through that down some roads and stuff like that. And like Fernando said, even with the cheating situation, we're going to have conversations. It's going to be in the back of my mind at times. And I'm not going to try to bring it up every time we're in an argument or we're mad. I want to be in a calm space to try to get where we both calm, to try to see what it is that made you decide this is what you wanted to do at that time.
See, you're so kind, because one thing about it, baby, if you've made the decision to do it, I don't need closure from you to tell me why you did it, because
it's not closure.
There is no closure.
Yeah, I mean, the action itself. So I mean, like, but that's me. Sometimes, like, I don't have those detailed conversations because your action is,
When I'm staying with you and I'm deciding to stay with you, that's the conversation is to figure out what it is that you were going through at that moment or I was doing in that moment to lead to that situation. Now, that conversation is not necessarily for us to continue. Sometimes that conversation is for me to figure out in the next situation what I might need to work on or be better at, for me or whatnot. And for you too, to see what you need to work on if this is not your personality. Like, a cheater. You know him, and it's like, okay, you know what, I'm just dealing with you for the fun of it. Whatever, but a person who is really in their heart, they just a one woman person or a one man person, and that's what they just want to be with. And they had this moment where y'all was just not having y'all wasn't not connecting up, you know what I'm saying, on some type of level, and somebody entered at that right time and connected with them. And cheating doesn't always have to be physical, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes with me, like, I can actually deal with a man mentally cheating. I mean, physically cheating, more so than him mentally cheating.
Yeah.
Because to me, I think you guys are just more physical and it's just like nothing. You just like, it's another variety. Let me try it out or whatever. But when y'all start having phone conversations and y'all really like, that's where I start be like, oh,
Spending time, doing extra stuff.
I got a follow-up question, Jay. What's your level of petty? Once you're upset, because that's almost a deal breaker for me. Like, if you're mad at me, you should be able to.
I'm not at that point of tearing up your house and doing none of that stuff. I ain't that level of petty. You know what? My level of petty right now in my life right now is walking away. I'm a
no closure person.
Yeah,
I'm a no closure person. Like,
go silent and walk away from you. Like, that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah,
you don't exist.
I feel like the lack of closure will hurt them more. Mm-hmm. Hey, I saw you. You know that I saw you. You know that I caught you. There's nothing to explain.
I mean, okay, I feel you on that. I mean, even like I like the closure. However, as for me, it's not even about getting closure or walking away to hurt them. It's like a lot of times when a person again has made a decision to do something that is a deal breaker, whether they know it or not, the decision is made. There is like, what closure can you get? But besides them telling you what made them do it, and then their reason, does it really matter? Does it change how you feel? Does it change how you operate? I think a lot of times people go back and try to ask these questions because they're looking for either justification or reasoning that honestly may not even help you with it's their thing. That's something that they're dealing with. And sometimes we try to take that stuff on for ourselves. So I walk away as well, but it's not in the sense of you don't get no closure from me. It's a sense like, no, dude, like you don't, this don't even deserve a conversation from me.
Yeah.
Deuces.
I was referring to like
as a door closed behind
you. Baby, you already know.
I was talking more about like disagreements, arguments. He made you mad about something, not necessarily cheating. Because I feel like a deal breaker for me is like, I would never purposely hurt you, right?
Right.
And if I did hurt you, you shouldn't be plotting and planning like, yeah, I'm gonna get this month. I'm gonna get him back. Watch this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Like, you shouldn't be doing that, to try to get back at me. You know what I mean? Because that's just gonna make things worse. Knowing that you are purposely plotting and planning and trying to hurt me, like, that's a big difference.
Definitely intent.
Yeah.
Because like Tyrone was saying, you didn't intentionally hurt him. So for them to hurt you now intentionally, it's like, come on. I hurt you intentionally. Why you hurting me intentionally? So yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Right.
I accidentally tripped you, so now you cut me. Okay.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That's a new level of petty.
Yeah, no, that's a cycle. That's a cycle level of petty, yeah. You know what though, Tyrone? In my past, the younger me, when I didn't really value relationships the same way, I was an eye for eye petty. Like, oh, so you gonna do that? Okay, so I'm gonna do it too. But then after a while, you learn some people don't care. So they don't even care about your retaliation. They like, they too busy worried about them and what they got going on.
Yeah.
Your retaliation means nothing to them. So I just started wasting my time doing it. So I was like, it's better just to go ahead and go on about my business and be happy and let you out. My level of petty now is won't even block you, nothing like that. You can see all of this happiness, watch all of this happiness be. Exactly. Enjoy all of it, baby. Hello.
I'm working on that. that is one of the things that I'm working on, because you will get blocked. I don't need you to be like looking at my life and be like, oh my God, girl, like I'm gonna be happy regardless if you see it or not. So that is something I would say personally I'm growing on, because I'm, I'll block you and keep it moving.
Look, I don't
see, I block.
Is that mean?
I block when I be bothered. That's different.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. So I feel like
some people gotta be blocked. Some people do.
Right. So with that, I feel like that is still an emotion. That is still allowing them to control you because you care enough to block them. Do you know what I mean? So you're letting them win. Do you know what I mean? Because they are, they get to control your emotion.
I can see that.
Like, I don't care so much that I'm not even going to put in the time to go and block you from all my social media, because I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, there are some people I don't care about either, and I'd be like, okay, they can watch.
Let me block them in your face.
Sometimes I'll be like, you don't even deserve to see. You don't, like, I don't want you on my feed. I don't want you on. Just goodbye.
How you popped up on my timeline? Click.
Goodbye. Right. Go be blessed. Namaste.
I'm gonna stay away from you. Like you.
Right.
Be blessed.
I'm gonna use that one. No.
I do it every day. Every day. Namaste. Yes, indeed.
No, yeah.
I don't think nothing wrong with.
Go ahead.
I think sometimes I have to block. Like for me, I have to block because they'll continue to reach out to you, whether it's a text, a phone call. They be watching your stories. They just be on your back. And you're like, yo, leave me alone. Like we're not talking. We're done. Go away. So they can't
like,
leave me alone. I block them. Yeah, none of that.
Hey, big head.
Yeah. When it pops up, I'm like, oh, block. Excuse me.
Be blessed.
I ain't got time. It's no conversation. It's no conversation. Like, just being honest, right? Some folks, they're your friend on Instagram. And then one day you get a request for them to be your friend again. And you're like, what? I was already friends. Oh, no, block. We good. I don't need you back.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, don't
Oh,
be
they
my friend.
block you.
Unfriend
Ooh,
me.
Fernando, you touching on some things. Okay.
Or they block you before you get a chance to block them. And you're like, what? You ain't even.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't even care. Double block.
When they get that petty Tyrone, that's when I sit there and be like, okay, I'm going on private. Now you can't even come back. You gotta request me.
Right.
I know when you come back.
Right. Yep.
Right.
So you gonna block me and just still watch my page? I think's not.
Yeah.
I know.
I see you with your fake page too.
And a whole bunch of people won't get added just because of that person. Thank you.
Yep. Indeed.
Blocking your mama.
Your whole family. Let me
stop. Now I am that level. Look, Tyrone, I'm low key that level of petty that I still talk to the rest of your family though. Be like, hey.
Yeah. Oh man.
See, I'll be like, I tell my family, if I cut them off, you cut them off too. Don't be still being friends with the exes. Because to me, I feel like no shade, but I feel like that's how people they use avenues to be around. You know what I mean? And it's like if the energy is no longer there, put your energy towards something that's going to help you thrive and grow. Like, don't be over here talking to my mom because she can cook thebomb.com and my sisters because we cool like that. Like, no, you in with them too. But that's just me being me. Again,
I agree with you on their actual energy, their actual aura is negative.
Right.
I would definitely block you. Like, it's not about us not having a relationship no more or, but if you're just a negative person, I got one person in my life right now, who should not be named. That's how me and my friends address him. And he's literally trying to get on LinkedIn, like all kind of ways to get it. Even his sister has reached out on different things. He be in my friend's inbox still, and she's like, I ain't read it. I don't even know what to say. Like,
Jay, he can't let you go, girl.
Listen, baby.
They put it on him. They gave him that good.
Make it hard to move on, honey.
Once you know, Jay, it's hard to get away.
Hey.
Let it be known. Let it be known.
I'm just saying, I'm some people's best thing. They never had. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Fernando, I'm sorry, boo. I didn't mean to be that in your life too. I'm sorry. No. Fernando's like, what just happened?
Okay. I hear you, shorty. I hear you.
Fernando won't take me on no trips, y'all. So we can't have a relationship. That's a deal breaker for me. That is a deal breaker for me. Okay, no trip.
Fernando, stay traveling.
You trying to get food out? Listen, I'm never home. No, that's a difference for me, honestly. If she ain't got a passport, I'm not there. Like,
I got two,
right?
And I got the extended one, so I can make sure I get extra pages.
Oh yeah, trying to get some stamps, Jay. Trying to get some stamps.
Okay.
But wait,
Jay got a man, go on the world tour. Okay. Like what?
Don't Jay got a man though? Last time I heard, she had a dude. The last conversation
he don't travel. He don't travel. No.
Ain't no need to even ask, Fernando.
He can't leave the business.
Ain't my business.
He can't leave the business. He's my financial support. Hello. No.
I ain't buying 2 tickets now. I'll tell you that much.
You ain't got to buy 2 tickets. You got to give me the itinerary. He gonna buy mine.
Oh.
He gonna buy your ticket to let you go with Fernando.
But Fernando be with a whole group. It ain't gonna just be Fernando.
No, it's a girls trip, right? It's a girls trip.
Guys.
Right.
It's a work
I'm
trip.
gonna
It's
show
a
all the
business trip.
ladies. I'm gonna go show all the ladies, and then when they accidentally run over the guys, I'm like, I don't know who they was.
Is the girl? Is the fellas
No.
trip? No, that's probably a bad question right there. The fellas trip. Like, how much trust is there for like the fellas trip? Honestly,
I think it depends on your man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you don't trust your man, then before he even leaves, you already are questioning what's happening on that guy's trip. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, your trust lies with your person. You can't really put that on anything else. Like, it doesn't matter if you're on a guy's trip or you went outside. If you're going to do some trifling, you're going to do it regardless of where you are. Some people are regardless of where you are. That's hilarious. So yeah, I mean, I think
I ain't regardless.
No. Just I always catch her in this word.
I don't cheat. Real women don't cheat. Okay,
Black men don't cheat.
Black women don't.
Black men definitely don't cheat.
No.
Can I say real quick? Tyrone Ace real cute. I just want to put it out there real quick. I was like,
thank you.
Thanks, Fernando. That's so sweet.
I remember
they got good energy together.
Huh?
I had to put them on here to make sure.
At the premiere at the January when we had our show premiere at Barcode.
Best day of her life.
Yeah.
And he is. Don't let him front on y'all.
I've been there.
Y'all saw who was on.
Listen, Ace, between me and you, Tyrone's energy changed since January 28th. Okay, I'm gonna just keep it all the way real. He's been a lot smiley and stuff, a lot happy. You know, he's now asking us questions and stuff. You know,
don't let him front.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you for calling.
Keep on doing it, Ace. Keep on doing your thing, Ace. Keep on doing your thing. Keep on doing your thing.
You know what I'm saying? As good women, baby.
Hello. No, you know what I'm saying? No. My mama would never. No. More so, I'm sorry, Monique, but Will was the one that was traveling. Jada didn't travel. So Jada would be like, you know, my man, and Will would be like me. So I'll be in Europe, and then my partner would be like in Europe, but we won't be seen in the same picture, but like at the same location of the pictures. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He had a little thing too, right?
Yeah.
Will had a little, you know.
That's why I said it'd be the opposite for us.
That's true.
Yeah, he just ain't call it on his show to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because he ain't made a platform to talk about his stuff.
Thanks.
Right.
Will ain't gonna call out his stuff. He just gonna wait for Jada stuff to blow up and then be like, hey.
So true.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of another deal breaker.
I would say
Smoking.
I was gonna say an overindulgent addict.
Obviously not.
Why you gonna make her joke like
what kind of smoker?
She said smoking what?
Right. Hookah smoking, cigarettes.
Fernando, it's levels to this.
Yeah, cigarettes is definitely.
What you smoking though? What you
talking about? Let's see what y'all tonight on this panel. Look at Donovan. Cigarettes. Yeah, we ain't messing with cigarettes.
Definitely cigarettes.
On that.
You know what I'm saying? A hardcore druggie. I'm sorry. I don't judge you, but that's just not for me. You're not about to run our money dry trying to go get your pies. I'm sorry.
Right.
Out here trying to pound my cat and stuff.
Or sometimes having that friend that's a known, you know, it's a known, I don't want to say a hoe, but just a known, like, oh, you hanging out with her again?
Listen, I'm glad you mentioned that, but I feel like that's a double standard, not for you, but just for guys in general, right? Because I do think that men look at that like, you know, is your friend a hoe like that? But their friends out here breaking down every day.
No, they not.
You know, so it's
like, tell us what your friends would do to some people, Tyrone.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I do feel like, you know, if a man can have friends that maybe are out there, I think a woman can still hold down her own, you know what I mean? And not fall into those.
True.
You know?
True. We talked about the trust.
Yeah.
It's about the trust.
Yeah.
I've been there before, though.
You ain't trying to die.
Oh my God.
on the channel, Sabi. Not out loud on the channel. No, don't threaten.
When your girl go out with her friends,
Hey,
Yeah,
all
go
the
on.
time.
guy every
Go
night.
on. Go on. If you want to risk losing
Why you
all
look
of
over here?
this, go for it. Go.
Oh my God! Don't even do that.
Okay, for you guys is a deal breaker, and this is a friend, a close friend of the opposite sex.
Say that one more time. Come again.
A
Come again.
close
Say
friend
what?
of the opposite sex, like a best friend or something like that of an opposite sex.
I'll let the guys answer first because mine might just be loaded answer. What you guys?
I never had that problem before, so
Can she have
normally
a male best friend?
I've seen it before.
Oh my
because
gosh.
he was, you know what I mean?
Technically,
So,
like,
he was,
you know.
it was okay. But if he's straight up and up, I don't know, kind of tough.
I think it goes back to, you know, the conversations we've had before, right? Have you smashed before? I'm just being honest. Have you smashed before? And do you feel like you can smash again if you tried? You know, like the answers to those questions would be, you know, would be meaningful. I would try, you know, depending on the relationship, because I'm going to try to trust you. Do you know what I mean? If you say y'all are friends, I have friends that weren't necessarily friends from back in the day, but that's how they became my really good friends, you know, because we have that history.
Right.
So I get it, and I would have to trust that. But you know, dudes are sneaky, man. They hang around for a reason, you know.
Ding ding ding.
They hang around for a reason.
I mean,
Just like
I ain't
them
trying to. Yeah, so that's what I'm about to say. Who do you think is, no shade, and I hate to do this to us sexy, beautiful women, but I mean, who do you think is more sneaky and strategic, the feminine or the masculine? Let's put that out there.
Because she definitely gonna be friend us.
Right. So then guys have like these friends that they call, that's my best friend, this is my sister. You know, yeah, reading between them lines, ladies. Now I'm just playing. It's not all it's not always a bad thing. I will say that I do believe that people can have true friendships, but I mean, it is something that I'm mindful of. Sometimes people, you may be friends now, but you blanket it with different titles instead of just being honest about what it was and what it could be or whatever the case may be. So I think honesty is the best policy when it comes to there. It's not a deal breaker, but it is something that for me personally, I'm mindful of. And a lot of women stick around just because they want to be around. You know what I mean? Let's be real. Just like you said, men stick around because they want to be around. So I think it's something to just be mindful of.
I said, as long as you meet the best friend, that makes a difference. You got to meet the best friend. You got to
meet the best friend and see how they energy. Yeah.
How they interact with each other, to see the energy with you and the person you're dating, because they too close, they too hee ha ha and geek and nah. Y'all too friendly for me. But if they have a respectful distance as they're talking and as they're communicating, I'm fine with it.
Right. I also think too, like what Tyrone says, that if they smashed before, like if they've been on platonic levels for all these years, I could just chalk it up of there's like no romantic chemistry there. And not saying that it can't happen later on, but I just won't see it overnight. But I'll say, like, I've had an ex before, and the best friend was actually gay, so she wasn't even into men, but he was into her. Like, it was kind of weird, like, and it was to the point that his mom would be like, "Oh, I wish you two would get together," and just like the whole girl gay, like she don't want a man. Like, y'all need to leave it alone. Like, leave it alone, please.
I mean,
yeah,
I would say I've had female best friends that I have years ago smashed, but we've been together since. It happened back then on some random shit. It wasn't they were dating, it wasn't a love, it's just something that occurred. But we became friends afterwards, and we were close friends, we're good friends, we share, details about our relationships and things like that nature. But we're not together, we don't want to be together. I don't look at her like that. That's strictly my friend. That's my nigga for real. But as Ty asked, did you smash before? Yeah, I smashed. It was years ago. It ain't happening again. We don't want it to happen again.
Yeah. You realize it's really not. You realize it's nothing there after the smash, right? It's just,
but how intertwined would they still be in your life when you actually are in a relationship, though? Like, are they calling you every single day? They over, like, you single?
No, they're friends. They're supportive. They're friends.
Yeah, Text every
cool.
couple of days, you know. You vent to them when shit happens. They vent to you when shit happens in their relationships. Like they're your friends, you know.
Yeah, we can bring it up a notch. Yeah, to evaluate, help you evaluate, help you see some things that you may not be seeing.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know,
she might not just like all this glory over here, and she gonna start hating and stuff. She kind of low key wants you back. She just that deep. She just know that you don't like her like that. And she like
sitting over there in feelings and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. You know.
What if we
get to a real
what if we take it up a notch and be like, what about exes that are still around? Cool.
Dun, dun, dun.
Why you always trying to bring up my situation?
I don't have no problem with the exes.
Bring me up into this, you know what I'm saying? Me and my exes
been there. We was just there, huh? I see that sparkle in his eye still, Jay.
Oh yeah.
Hello. Once you go, Jay, it's hard to go away. Okay, I'm just saying, like.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's not a deal breaker though.
Look, I don't talk to the man every day. Every so often I check on him to make sure he's still alive, and that is it. You know what I'm saying? Because we still have a friendship or whatnot, but he don't interfere with my part of my relationship. I don't interfere with his. You know, I don't even talk relationships with him. Like, I don't talk about my relationship. The most he'll be like, y'all still good? I'm like, yeah, we still good. I'm not giving him no information on what's going on, all this stuff like that. That's all you need to know. We still good. We still together. That's it.
I was going to say something about the video that we posted.
Oh, don't.
I'm going to say, what about you post something showing your adoration for someone, and then the exes is in the comments wishing you all the best?
Yeah, see, I ain't gonna do that. I'm just gonna like it and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Even though I didn't like one of his adoration videos that he sent to somebody else, I was not happy about it. when I was still single, he over here telling this, well, thank you, you've been there for me. I was like, really? She been there all this time for you?
Don't be like that, Jay. Don't be like that.
I didn't say nothing though. I just
best.
kept it to myself, and eventually I told him. But I was like, at that time, I was like, really? I just kept it pushing. I was like, whatever. Scroll on.
Yeah, I try not to even look at the social media.
I've had an ex though that same person with Carlos Tyrone. I had an ex that would do that stuff, that would hit my likes on my pictures and be all in the comments and make it seem like we still had conversations with each other and all that stuff like that while I was with him. So, you know, that played into our relationship a little bit too, or whatnot, because he knew of that person, even though that person lived in a whole nother state, he knew of him. And that person used to be petty like that and do those things. It's like, you're in a whole relationship, yet you're over on my page making comments and doing all these things.
And so why do you think that person would be petty like that? To me, when people are petty like that, that's to me them trying to exert what they feel is some type of power in something, because you have no reason to care. You have no reason to be petty. So, you know, that's just something I say I'm a little mindful of.
That's why they made the block button. That's why they made the block button situations like that. That's what the block button
Boom.
is.
Namaste.
There you go.
I love it.
Wait till I edit it. I'm gonna edit that part right there.
Like what?
Can exes come to the wedding? Can exes come to the wedding?
Why? Whose wedding? Our mutual friends?
Okay.
All right, time out. What's your baby mother though? Who's also your ex and your child's in the wedding?
Yeah, well, that's different.
Nah,
that's
she ain't coming to the wedding. She wouldn't get
no
invite.
She wouldn't get no invite? Wow, Ty. Yeah. Damn.
Not the wedding. The reception.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Everything else.
The party?
No, the reception.
Maybe everything else.
She can't.
But I don't think
She give me a gift.
I don't think she would
She
come.
can send a gift. I give it a register.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I didn't get an invite to her wedding.
Well, why you think that is?
Because you seen her.
Oh my God!
Tyrone said,
You
"This
know.
is in the
Do you not know what's going on right here?
This is Rick Fox."
Oh,
Right. Right.
Yeah, I don't see why. I don't see why that would be on my invite list because I'm not really thinking about you in the first place to even invite you. You know, you'll see the pictures like everybody
Say it
else
for the
will.
people in the back, Jay. I'm not thinking about you that
I'm
much.
not thinking
You
about
didn't get
you.
no invite.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
First of all, I'm not paying for you to come to my wedding.
I don't know about
For what?
$75 a plate. Like, I'm good.
Or what? So you can be one of the people person try to eject for no reason.
Sitting there mad with mad energy, pushing out.
Right.
Good
Right.
vibes only.
Yo.
Good vibes
Now,
only.
baby daddy,
so
granted,
low.
I wasn't invited to his.
Just in case he might not. Just in case.
Oh man.
Granted, I wasn't invited to baby daddy's weddings. Okay, but he can come to mine. Okay,
So how
that's
can we be
fine. He
friends
can
with
see
the
me.
ex and not get an invite to the wedding?
Baby daddy is the only one because we are together for life. We the only ones that's together for life.
I agree.
I can do that. I can do
That's
that.
probably one. It's probably one ex I would. Maybe I don't know. We'll have to talk about it.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
What about hating family members? Like if you dealing with somebody and they just got some hating family members, would that be a deal breaker for you to be like?
So there's like a follow-up to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the family members are hating, it's because it's probably something you told them about you. You told them negative. You told them something negative about you, and now they have this negative imagery of you that they just can't get over, right? Otherwise, it should just be good vibes.
Possibly,
unless they want you to be with somebody else and not with that person.
That's what I'm gonna say.
But they would just need to understand, if it was me and I had a family member hating, I would, I'll just be like, let me go talk to him. Let me sit in the room with them 20, 30 minutes. I guarantee you they'll love me.
What if it's the matriarch or patriarch of the family?
Who, like the moms?
Yeah, the moms or the dad of the family.
That's your own fault. You should know, you should know to go and make moms happy, right? Before dad, right? Because I feel like moms can control the dad or mom can influence the dad. So, your number one goal should be to make moms happy.
And she just wants her daughter to be with somebody else. She just has somebody else in mind, period. She just you doing everything right, but she just don't like you.
Hey, if my lady's happy, I'm happy.
You all right with that?
She got to deal with the mom, not me.
You okay with having that monster-in-law?
Yeah, it's fine. And I
don't even pay attention to that.
I take it out on my.
Oh no, I love meeting the mom.
Oh, this because you're hating ass mama.
Don't do that.
Just for that. Just for that. Look at all this extra. I'm gonna be all up in the crib, all up in mama's face, like this.
You funny.
Come on.
Hey, mom.
Yo, when I meet the moms, I charm them. I gotta charm them because that's like I said, that's the key to getting in the door. Once the mom likes you, you're straight. Because if y'all ever have a disagreement and she runs to her mom will be like, Fernando, he ain't mean that. Girl, don't worry about that, girl. Let's sleep on it. Y'all be all right. Y'all be fine. She'll have your back. So you gotta get the moms in your corner.
I don't trust my mama. She like everybody.
Yeah,
he's so nice. He happened to that one boy.
My mom's at a point she don't even want to know. She don't want to know. She said, send me the invite 6 months after the wedding, so I know it's real.
Not 6 months, shoot. In 2 years, y'all can be apart. Hey, listen. That's how my wedding pretty much gonna go. At the 5-year anniversary mark, that's when we having the wedding. We ain't gonna even have the wedding the first time around. Like, shoot, we getting courthouse. We going to do our private thing. We use all that money on the honeymoon.
Quick, in and out.
Real quick. And in 5 years, we can talk about having something big, and everybody else can come. Because by that time, y'all can't hate on this. We saw it in this. We in here. Shoot, I don't need all y'all.
Good idea. Good idea. 5-year ceremony.
Y'all might get married before me. Don't try to steal my stuff.
If mom don't like my lady,
she just like she a nice girl, but her weave.
Like it's gotta be something that you know, is real. I need a real legitimate reason as to why, you know, she wouldn't like my lady. Like if it's something superficial, then, you know, I'll blow that off. But, you know, if moms happen to be in the same city where the last girls trip was and got evidence, then that may be a different story.
Not your mom shaking it with them.
But
and they're
other than
going to
that,
take pictures.
I feel like sometimes moms get a little jealous, right? Moms want, you know, I was the first lady. I'm always, you know, I hear things like that. You know, sometimes moms want to continue to lay claim for some reason, you know, instead of letting go, you know, their child. So I get it sometimes. Now the sister, that might be a different story, but I'm used to my sister not liking nobody. So
we'll say that question for off camera.
Yeah, she's just protective of me. She's just protective.
Yeah, because you know, mamas always say nobody's good enough for my baby. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all just gonna put y'all woman in that fire, just like, well, you gotta deal with your monster-in-law. Have fun.
Yeah,
that's messed up. Tyrone goes,
Yep, just deal with it.
I'm be like, hey, we gonna go meet the family. That's pretty much all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna prep you or nothing. Like you're gonna either survive or you're not. Like how they used to do the Spartan babies. Hey, if you make it back, they like you. You know what I mean? If you don't make it back, hey,
that's a loss.
Learn to adapt. Because if you're gonna be in a family, you're gonna get it anyway, right? And same for me.
How does somebody got to survive your family?
Yo, my family
asking for a friend.
My family lives in Miami, right? Not South Beach, Miami. 90% of my family is from Miami. If they're gonna give it to you, they give it to me. You know what I mean? They is going to give it to you. So if you need to be able to bounce back, I might say something like, you crazy. You know, something. You know, don't just sit there and take it.
Yeah, you got to participate.
Respectfully. Clap back respectfully.
Fight break out.
No.
Salad being thrown everywhere.
They know better than that.
My family, they roasters. They're jokers. So you gotta be able to take a joke. You gotta have thick skin. So you be timid or you be quiet, they're gonna run over you. So you gotta have a backbone in my family.
Yeah, mine's too.
And they'll know, like if I brought her around, they'll know that she's special. So they'll act right, you know, for the most part.
Is raisins in your potato salad a deal breaker?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm glad you guys are all black. Okay, just making sure.
She can't cook. She can't cook is a deal breaker. Like I love to chef, so she can't cook a decent meal. Like no thank you.
I had a deal breaker.
One in her repertoire, like one good chicken dish or something.
I'll see
her that one day. That's it. I won't see the other days. I'll see her.
I had a deal breaker question inside of my dating profile.
What was it?
One of the questions was, who is Celie fixing to shave?
Let's see if we can.
Mr.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Fernando,
that's how we start. You got to be able to answer that question.
And
before my time, I know that one.
Huh?
Who's Mr. Tyrone?
She left on that one.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this conversation is over.
Yeah, let's start there. And your ability to play spades.
Shoot. I mean,
there you go, Tyrone. That's to you.
No.
Why don't you pull up the phone and show and see who's ready?
No.
Tyrone, that's for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Who this couple here on this panel?
Who this woman? I said, who this? Ha.
Mary Agnes.
Yes. Okay. That's definitely okay. I play pinochle and I play spades. I know everybody don't play pinochle, but spades could be a deal breaker just to survive in my family. Period. Okay, like to survive game night. you might want to be able to play a little bit. All right. You need to play some type of game. Only person that can get away with that is my auntie, because she's gonna do karaoke. That's the only person that's gonna get away with it. Okay.
No,
everybody else
spades,
gotta play some type of game.
spades is a must though, because spades show how you think and how we think at the same time, how we can relate. And so you can't be a good spades partner to me. I'm kind of worried about, you know, where your mind is, how your mind thinks. It's real.
Right.
This is to directly to Shine, because I heard you underbidder. Okay, baby. Look, if you underestimated our value, that is a problem to me. Okay. Don't our progress down underestimate our value. Okay. I need you to be on sure about that. Okay. I don't want you to have 1 and 3 possibles. Okay.
We ain't got but 6, but since I'm here with my baby, we gonna bid this 7, 8.
7.
We're gonna pull this out somehow.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna make it work.
Tyrone, you want to do it too? 6? Oh, we 6? Okay, give us 7.
Yeah, we got this, baby. We here.
Yep.
We here with it.
I'm confident.
That's probably how we lost that last tournament.
That's exactly what we did though.
About one damn book.
About
too.
one book. You went up one book, and that's funny.
I thought we had it this time. Oh, baby.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah, y'all gonna be like John Witherspoon and what you call it on Boomerang. Oh, baby, we just tear another piece off and make some earrings.
What if a deal breaker like reveals itself like 3 or 4 months into the relationship? How do you handle that?
Which deal breaker?
Deal breaker
To though. Once again, we
all
all
like it's a deal breaker. No matter when it comes up, right? Yeah. I mean, I feel like if it's a deal breaker, if it comes up month 2, month 4, it's a deal breaker for me. It's a deal breaker, right?
Right.
Well, I'll say lying, right? So I don't agree with lying. Lying is wrong, but they may think of it as a little white lie, and they think it was a big deal. So I let them know, like, hey, I don't like lying at all. Like, I don't like cheating. I don't like cheating in games. Like, don't renege. Don't do none of that kind of shit. Like, even do it. Like, I don't like it. I like people to be real, be honest. You know, I can take the truth. So if you lie to me one time, I'll let you know, like, hey, I believe, not telling the truth. I believe this is what really happened. You want to agree? We agree that's what really happened. Okay, cool. We'll move on this time, but going forward, let's not do it. Like, just tell me what's up, and let me deal with my reaction, how I'm gonna react to what you tell me. Give me the opportunity to react how I want to, but don't just lie to me.
What's worse, lying or withholding the truth?
I think they're equal.
That's the same thing to me. If I'm asking you and you're not telling me, and I come back later on, and stuff.
What if I'm correctly answering all of the questions you ask me? I have not lied. Or I'm not saying me. I'm just saying in general. The person has not lied. They told the truth. They told the truth about everything. It's just there was some things that just wasn't said or wasn't asked.
Like, so I got an example for you, Tyrone. So Shorty went to a homecoming, right? So hey, I'm going out of town, going back to my old school, going to homecoming. Okay, cool. So end of the day, they spent homecoming with their ex. You know, they were hanging around them because they both went to the same school. 1, is that cheating? And 2, is she wrong for not telling me? Because, like I said, she told me she went to homecoming, which was true. She told me she was out of town. All that stuff was true. Just withheld the fact she hung with the ex.
I don't think it's cheating. It's not cheating, but I feel like it wasn't transparent. You know, the only reason I say it's not cheating is because maybe the ex is there, right? You know, so but spending additional time and withholding that information from you, to me, that causes issue. Because if it was no issue, there would be no point to withhold that information from you. So at that point, my trust with her would be null and void, because you had no reason not to just keep it 100 with me. You know? Yeah.
So, but like Tyrone said, I didn't ask, was he there? You see what I'm saying? It wasn't one of the questions. So it's kind of like, if you don't ask, are they supposed to tell you? So I kind of
that part right there, see, Tyrone already kind of know me. He know once I go down that rabbit hole of asking questions, I'm gonna ask.
You already done did the research. Got the evidence already down.
ask. I'll go
Kinda
ask.
like,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll ask about 15 different times because I had a brother used to tell me or whatnot. He was like, listen, she give me one thing wrong in that detail.
Mhm.
I could go with the whole thing, and I'm gonna go off that one thing she gave me wrong and all her details. She could be absolutely correct that she caught me with this woman, all this stuff like that. She said my shirt was blue and it was red. Nope, that wasn't me. Ooh.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make sure I'm asking and I'm listening to what you're saying with every question that is being answered. So you're either when you're withholding that information, it's gonna be purposely done. That means I'm gonna consider that as a lie, because by the time them questions get asked, there's going to be almost nothing to withhold. Now, if I don't ask you, I live by don't ask, don't tell policy. I'm not ready to know. That's how I look at it. I'm just not ready to face that truth right now, because when I face that truth, I have to now make a decision on what I'm going to do. And I might not want to do anything. I might not want to move from where I'm at right now. So
that's like that time in the courtroom where the lawyer already know he don't win the case. Just gonna let you talk. AKA, I also call it the Kojo lean. You know, when Kojo interviews somebody, he already know the answer.
Yeah. Then he start asking you about 4 different ways the same question. So you said you was in the car with the people. Okay. So the car was rolling, but the people was in the car. Okay, so
I hate to challenge this, but I feel like if you have to, as an individual, do that in a relationship, do you even need to be in that? If I have to ask you certain questions strategically in a certain way, you are already having me in a environment that I don't want to be in. You know what I mean? If it's that much question, it's not for me. You know, like, I don't know. So I totally get it. And I'm the same way. Like, if you want to know something, ask me. But on the flip side, I know I'm withholding information purposely. That's a red flag. I'll say that is a big red flag for me. Yeah. And I tell people I'll be patient enough to see if you're gonna tell me the truth. I'll give you that patience. But it's a red flag if you can't keep it 100.
Yeah. Because I'm not trying to interrogate you, and I don't want to be interrogated. But we're doing interrogations every time you do something, then it's not worth it. The energy is too much energy wasted.
Because if you're being interrogated, that also is an indicator that there is no trust within this connection, because you're consistently being in that space.
I don't even like to be in that space of having to ask you all those daggone questions. I want to just ask you once, you tell me, and we good. We moving on. We getting some other stuff talked about, done, and stuff like that. And you know, sometimes it's training that you with to kind of get there too, because a lot of people are not comfortable with having open conversations where they can actually be vulnerable, honest, and transparent with their partner, because they're used to people reprimanding them every time they do. So you have to build that trust with that person to say, you know what, I still see you as a human and you're going to make mistakes just like I'm going to make mistakes. I just want to understand you better. So let's try to talk about this or whatever and stuff like that. And I'm not just saying that in that moment where they're doing these deal breakers or anything like that. You got to build that kind of like prior to all of that. So they can feel safe in that moment enough to be able to say, I've done this.
Yeah, I agree.
We got a possible event later, so we prepping.
You funny.
Y'all gonna make it to the event?
Look, I'm on my same glass. His level of tolerance is much more than mine.
We know. Eventually, one of these preparing for love is gonna be intervention of Tyrone.
We drinking Ace's fruity wine. That's why.
I like this wine. This is my favorite. Don't do me like that.
It's gonna be the intervention of Tyrone, okay?
Don't do
like how much you had today, Tyrone.
Wait, don't do
this. Is the Stella Rosa Black. How y'all feel about that?
Stella Rosa?
I love this wine.
I mean, they ain't nothing technically wrong.
First of all, Stella Rosa pineapple hit, okay?
Boom, boom. The black is my favorite, but that pineapple, you're right, is strong number 2. Yes, indeed.
Now, if she had that mango or the apple, we kind of might judge you a little bit, because that's kind of like, it is really fruity.
Right. Agreed.
I don't know about no wine. That's all we're doing over here.
Oh, no, I can't. I got to remove you all together. No, you got dark.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Hennessy. Christmas.
That's a deal breaker. A deal breaker right there.
Easter.
You see the shirt? You see the shirt? What we doing?
I'm a
That's all he drink.
Anything, anything
New
goes.
Year's,
I cannot do Hennessy.
Martin Luther
I
King
can't do dark.
birthday.
I can't do dark sweet liquor. I can't. My stomach, it don't like it.
It ain't Grandma Yay. It ain't that bad.
No, you know what? The only way I can do a
Never got into
Cadillac
it.
margarita. That's the only way I can do Grandma
Never
Yay.
got into the
Or
Hennessy.
in a dessert. I can do it
Right,
in dessert,
right.
but I can't. I don't do dessert wines. I don't care for sweet wines. Stella Rosa is the only kind, like, because it's mostly Moscatos, so that's about the only kind I like. But I can't. Something about dark sweet liquor. I can't do brandy, cognac, none of those. And if you add it with soda, I'm even worse. I'm like, okay, y'all might as well just point me to the bathroom because I'm be at the toilet throwing up all night. So this is how our night is going. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
So Jay, what you drinking, Jay? What's your drink of choice?
Huh?
What's your drink of choice?
It's either vodka or the only dark I can do is whiskey.
Okay.
I can do whiskey. Yeah. So I'm either vodka or whiskey.
Okay.
So that's what I'm on right now is homemade lemonade with some vodka. No, we're not.
I'm on that Henny
Nice.
straight. Yeah.
You know what?
Not the
Dark-skinned
face.
people love Henny. Not to sit here and make this colorism thing, but dark-skinned people love them some Henny. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I got Casamigos. I got Migos. I got Goose. I got
I
Ciroc.
can
I
do
got
tequila.
Melvin.
I can do tequila.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely got.
Yeah.
I mean, I got guests over, so I have all the tequila for the guests.
Yeah.
But
No more Jose Cuervo though. I can't do that one no more. That was my old friend, and we done broke ways now because I can't do them. Just the smell of them, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
I'm a Don type of tequila.
Okay. Yeah, it's Don
Yeah.
Julio in the building.
Way back, yeah, Jose. Yeah, that was a childhood friend. We don't talk no more. We could. That's not coming to my way.
No.
Dark Henny nasty too. Thank you, Ellen. Okay.
What are y'all rules
Dark Henny.
for
Wow, y'all slipping.
exes?
Dark Henny.
That is deal breakers for him.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Fernando.
Dark
I am
right
a
in the same
brown
room.
liquor girl. If I do drink, it's going to be brown most likely. So
There we
I
go.
can't. I see. They like no, but you know. I'm a
What-
brown
You know who
liquor
we can get
music,
you with though?
brown
We can
liquor
get you
girl.
with Portia. Portia love her Henny. Now y'all might have some fights because y'all both be drinking it all up.
What about y'all are out and the ex-partner just happens to be in the same room or in the same club or in the same lounge? What's the proper way to handle that?
Hey, and let's go.
Hey, how you doing?
I already know what that means. If you see me out, you don't know me.
You don't even have to be. You don't know me. You can be cordial or whatever, but you know it ain't gonna be like, hey,
Right.
I won't make a point to speak, but we're like face to face and make eye contact. I'll speak. But they're like across the room or another table, I'm gonna ignore them. Like they're not even there.
But would you
My
would you
focus is
want
on who I'm
to
with.
would you want to know if one of your mates' exes is in the room?
Yes, for sure.
That's what I was getting.
Oh yeah.
You would want them to tell you.
Gotta
You
let
would
me
want them
know.
to tell you up front, like,
Yeah, I'm asking y'all.
Because he
If
eyeballing
they
me
tell
like, who that is right there? Keep looking at me. Like, what's up with him? And they're like, oh, that's my ex. You should have told me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I definitely got to know if he's in the room.
well,
Okay,
yeah, if the ex looking at you sideways, yeah, you got to know because you know I don't need you going to jail because he over here acting crazy because you know.
Yeah.
Some of y'all a little short tempered when it comes to people looking at you too long. Like, okay, he done stared at me 5 seconds now.
You got 3 more seconds. You got 3 more.
Hey, yo, my man, it was good.
What's good with you?
And then I think a follow-up question would be like, how many times is too many times? Say y'all are out on the 4th or 5th event, you're like, all right, man. Every time.
Yeah, I mean,
But what does this
Every
ex
time
do?
we
Y'all
go out,
work in
we
the
running
same
into.
place?
No, it's a different person every time. You're like, all right, now.
Oh.
I think that's an
you
indicator
just
of
a
who you
pro out
rocking
here.
with.
You are
popular.
Yeah, that is a character indicator.
a reformed hoe. Oh, okay.
Why they gotta be a hoe? Why they just busy? They just active. Like I'm an active guy, so I see people out all the
Actively
time. So
Speak your truth, Fernando. Speak your truth.
nope, I'm done. I ain't saying nothing else.
I'm sorry.
Don't make
I'm
it
sorry.
worse.
This is the same space, Fernando. I'm sorry. Let me reel it back in.
But like
No,
I've been out with exes they be like, damn, you know everybody. You know, every time we go out, we see somebody you know. Every time somebody you know. It's like, because I be outside, so I be being out
What
often.
is it? Are they exes or are they just people you know?
Just people I know. People I know. The
You
exes
know
be a
what I
little
mean
different.
when I say exes. Exes is prior.
Something you smash.
Yes.
Yeah. Something you smash. That's what I'm saying.
It could have been. Yeah, it could have been.
CJ, because they with me, they got to be reformed now. You know what I'm saying? I need them saved. Okay, you know. Them days got to be behind them. You know, they can only be a hoe with me. I see how much I change my hair up. A new one every time.
For the people in the back. Be a
Hello.
hoe for me.
It's with me, you know. Exactly. If he go to the streets, he gonna stay in them streets. That's what. That's all right. It is. No, but if you just know people, I mean, yeah, it might be like when we first together, it might be a little thing where it's like, okay, how do y'all know each other? You know, something like that. But as I get to know you, like, okay, my dude do tattoos, so I know it's a lot of people in and out all the time and stuff like that. So you build a relationship with these people, and so when you see them, it's gonna be like, oh, that's the client or whatever and stuff. So we're in a space now. It's more so, okay, that's the client. When we was first starting off, it's like, client, are we sure? Like,
I seen that hug.
Yeah,
I know that hug me.
Sometimes you got to hang around in that person's place if you can to see the interactions with a lot of things too. So sometimes you got to know your person at that. So if your person is a person that's out and busy, then you might expect it. But if you got a homebody, but every time they step out, then I might have to be questioned like, okay, so why are you staying in the house now? What was you out in these streets doing? Like,
they're reformed, remember? They're reformed.
Yeah.
You become reformed, become a homebody.
Right. Yeah. You know, do you still want to be out in these streets? What's that? Do they be calling you every so often? I don't know. Because it could be like that for me too. I don't go out much, but when I did go out, I knew a lot of people because of the industry. So like doing modeling and entertainment and all this stuff, I can go out now and run into a lot of people. So if you don't go out with me or been out with me, it could feel weird to you when I start running into people, because it's gonna be like, hey, what's up? I ain't seen you in a minute. Woo, woo, woo. And so, you know, sometimes when people say I ain't seen you in a minute, that's the first thing we perk up and we're like, what they mean by that? Like, they ain't seen you in a minute. What kind of minute y'all had? Like, and it's like, I only know this purpose of being out here in these streets like this, not in these streets, but being out partying in these streets. So yeah, no, that's not really. I don't know. I think, yeah, my number ones would be lying and just like respect. You know, I don't disrespect me. And I say lying and respect together is because for me, when you're lying to me, you don't respect me. To me, you don't even respect yourself, to be honest. You know, I can't do nothing to you. I can't punish you. I can't, send you to a purgatory or whatever and stuff like that. I can't do none of those things. So why are you lying to me? The most I can do is walk away and go do whatever else I'm gonna do in life.
That's a good point. Good
Let
point.
Me go. Yep. Let me go.
Damn.
I'm not asking for transparency now. If you want us to be up here telling me every day, hey, this is going on, after a while, I might be like, hey, bro, now.
What ain't going on? What hasn't happened?
I know I asked for honesty, but damn.
Well, damn.
My Lord.
Upload. Wait till I ask. Let me ask. I ain't ready.
Yes, Lord.
Woo.
Yeah, but I think that and hygiene will definitely be up there. Hygiene will definitely be up there for me. We don't want nobody with no dirty nails. Donovan, if you still here. No, just nah, that's my best. That's my friend. I could talk about Donovan. We went to school together, so I could talk about him.
How about bad kids? Somebody got bad kids. Can you deal with that?
Beat them.
That problem.
No, I'm just joking.
I've never had that problem.
Yeah.
I would not. I don't.
See, I don't date. I've been fortunate that most people I date don't have kids or they have grown kids. I never had to deal with the parenting part of it. So, but I think for myself, I just wonder how, like, I know a lot of times they say, you can't beat the kid, you can't discipline the kid because it's not your kid. So I just wonder how people deal with it in relationships because you date somebody that, has a kid that needs some discipline.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's always a tactful way to discipline a kid. Even if it means you just get a little bit loud, there's always a tactful way to do it without putting hands on them. Sometimes even just acting disappointed.
I was going to say really, that's my biggest thing.
Help with that. But I think that's also on the parent too. I think it would come out in the parent, if the kid is unruly, So that might be a red flag right there.
Indeed.
You got these badass kids, badass children.
Like I had to talk to a friend. She was saying,
okay.
She was saying how bad the kids are. The kids are crazy, and I'm like, I can't imagine.
My baby, that's so awesome.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My computer decided I want to do a reboot and check everything out right now. I think Tyrone has set this up with this web tech. My phone want to sit here and do its thing. No, kids. I dated one guy that had a child young enough for me to discipline, but I don't do the physical discipline, especially with outside children. I'm like what Tyrone say, more so the disappointment because they react more so to that. I know I did. I react more so to you punish me by taking away something I really want, or you being disappointed in me more so than you spanking me. You spanking me.
I don't believe it. I don't believe in spanking. I feel like you got to beat a kid, and you're not a good enough parent, in my opinion. I feel like you don't have the words to tell your child that they're wrong, they did something wrong. You can't get your point across verbally. Then I feel like, if you go physical, you're not good enough parent, in my opinion. I feel like there's better ways to discipline a child that doesn't involve using physical tactics.
CJ said they got exit their way
Wish they
out.
would have told my mama that.
Well, because they didn't tell my mama that, that's why I know.
Right.
Is kids even a deal breaker? I mean, I know we're pretty much in an age that we all pretty much will have a kid, if not, but would that be a deal breaker for you to have somebody that has kids already and probably doesn't want any more and you want?
See, I'm the young boy. I'm the young boy in the room, so I want another child. So that's what I ran into on that show and other situations too. It's just like I'm older because I'm 35, but I still want another child. So it's kind of been hard for me to meet somebody that is around my age that actually still wants another child. And a lot of times they don't have a child already, but there's circumstances behind them not having a child. There's difficulties in having that child. That's why they don't have a child. So that's the things I kind of ran into in my past. But for me, it's definitely a deal breaker. I don't want to say it's a complete deal breaker, but it's definitely like something you have to be a lot for me to look past not having the opportunity to have another child.
Right. Would adoption kind of be like an option?
Sure. I'm open to it. I'm open to that because it's the same way I want to nurture the child. So I would have preferred to birth the child, but there's children in those situations that need to be nurtured as well. So I'm open to it. Same as, like, say, the blended family. So she has children already. She's open to having one more, and I bring my daughter into the mix, and then we collectively have that blended family.
How old is your girl?
11.
11. Okay.
Just 11 in March.
Congrats. Yeah. So you still have that age where they still impressionable by it all and stuff. Like mine's is older. I know Tyrone's is what, 9, 11, between 9 and 11.
No, she'll be
13
coming up.
Yeah, 13 in June.
Okay.
She basically said she was waiting for my answer, but I'm cool either way, right? We both have a child around the same age. If we could both nurture what we have right now, I'm happy with that. If we were to start all over again, I would be happy with that too. So the way I approach it is whatever God has meant for me, I'm ready for it.
Respect. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know. This kind of, I agree. This kind of goes back into, I'll give you two forms. I do have one son. That's my honey bun. Oh my gosh. But when I got divorced, I was like, man, I am not dating anybody that has like children. I'm just going to be like done, blah, blah, blah. And then I didn't think I wanted anymore. And it wasn't until maybe about a couple of years after that oh gosh. I was like, what God has for me is for me. And I would love to, if it aligned, to allow that to be, so to speak. So I'm open.
Yeah.
Be fun to try. I tell you that.
It's always fun to try.
Hey.
Well, for me, a person would have to not want anymore. Sip. Because of my recent transition in my life, because I end up just recently having a hysterectomy like at the end of last year. So, and like in the beginning of last year, I ended up having a miscarriage for the last time. So I wasn't trying to do it anymore. So I was just like, that's it. It's not in my cards. I done had like 2 miscarriages, at least full-term miscarriages. Like, yeah, I'm good. So I don't want to do it anymore. And I had complications anyway that was going on. So I end up having a partial hysterectomy. So I have to be with somebody that doesn't want them anymore. And like kind of luckily for me, mine didn't want them in the first place. He didn't want any more in the first place. He just didn't want any more in the first place or whatnot or whatever. So it just kind of worked out because I know that was part of our deal at the beginning of the year when I did get pregnant. It was just like, okay, neither one of us planned this, but what we gonna do? What's up? And it just happened to work out the way it worked out. And I just didn't want to do a myomectomy and then like wait some years and then have it. Plus with my age, I was like, if I leave you, find somebody else, by the time I get with them, take all the time to get to know them, do all this. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be like in my 50s. I ain't trying to be Halle Berry. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Long story short, you ain't going nowhere.
Ain't nowhere.
Long story short.
I'll take a trip. Yes, Buckiney King. I'm gonna do a whole thing on it. I haven't shared it with anybody. This is the first time I spoke on it publicly, but yes, it was a rough decision to make or whatnot, because it was years coming to that decision. Me and my doctor went back and forth because my doctor was trying to give me a baby. I was like, lady, I got to get a man first. Damn, you just gonna give me a baby.
Good topic for a mental health journey.
Yeah. Okay. Whenever you want me.
Okay.
Whenever you want me over, we could talk about it. Yes, losing children and deciding not to have them anymore. It was a lot. It was a lot.
I think fibroids aren't discussed enough in our society and our folks, because fibroids was a big situation I had to go through. Not me personally, but and the people, and I had no idea about it till I was in that situation dealing with the folks that had it. And it's just like, I had no idea. And it's messed up. And like I said, if people knew about it, they would look for it more and remove them earlier and things of that nature. So definitely need to be discussed more often.
On that. Shortly after I had my daughter, I had about 3 years after my daughter was born, I was pregnant with another child from her father, and I ended up losing that baby. And when they did like the ultrasound afterwards to make sure everything is clear, they had kind of mentioned something, but these are people of no color doctors that I had at the time when I was away at school. So they didn't really do the research and go into what the problem was. They were just like, you might want to go ahead and talk to your doctor or whatnot and all this. And so it wasn't until I got into like my late 30s where I got with my doctor now that I've been with. And she kind of like was like trying to manage it to where we changed my diet, changed a whole bunch of things. And so it was going down. But with that last pregnancy, it spiked back up and kind of ran out of control because of the hormones. And so, that's why I just made the decision. I was just like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. And actually, it's been the best time practicing on a baby ever, because I ain't got to have no weeks off or nothing. No, Tyrone, don't try to mess this up.
Jay said she ain't even got a plan for no trip. Just any day, any time of the month.
Yeah,
Let me know.
Boy, it used to be that bad that I did have to plan. It was that bad where I had to plan and then hope the plans go accordingly and everything. And it was like, ooh, child.
Yeah. And sometimes dudes just be dumb and they take it personal, you know, that a woman don't want to go at that time. You know, they think it's them. You know?
Yeah. So it got complicated. So I'm happy. I'm free now. I'm like Denise Williams. I'm free. Dang. You need to enjoy that t-shirt, babe, for real.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Joy.
No, but yeah, definitely. Whenever you like Tyrone, we can make that happen or whatnot and stuff. But yes, yeah, it's been a good conversation, you guys. We've been talking for about almost 2 hours now. I'm not gonna hold these people up no more. I've kidnapped them for long enough, y'all. So, you know, I appreciate y'all in the audience being my accomplice. I will name you all. And we've had a good conversation on deal breakers. You know, not all of them are solid deal breakers, but at the end, your person will leave you. Trust and believe. You managed to break them one too many times or one time at all. You might lose the best thing you ever had. So y'all be careful out here and actually know what your partner's deal breakers are. So, you know, I know some of y'all don't want to know, so y'all can purposely do the things and be like, I didn't know it was a deal breaker for you. But no, okay. Know what your person's deal breakers are to show them that you at least care enough to want to do the right thing with them. You know, if this is your one, you should know these things. Like,
for sure.
Any last words on the subject or anything else, you guys?
No, just communication with your partner is key. You know, definitely. You know, it's not a bad thing to have those deal breaker conversations early. You know, have those hard conversations early because, you know, the faster you can figure out, you know, if you're going to move forward or not, you know, the more time you have to actually get in some really great moments. So that would be my advice.
Yeah. Ace.
I mean, I just want to say, you know, thank you for coming up with this conversation, this topic piece. I think that it's good to just kind of share with the community. And I agree, you know, communication, safe space, being open and honest, those are, to me, the recipe to have a strong foundation for a connection and a relationship. So I'm just sending positive vibes and blessings to all. And thanks for having me. Don't joke on me. He's joking on me because I always do this. Oh my gosh, this is a thing for me. But thank you so much for.
Don't worry, because every time I talk to you, I do like this in our chats.
Yes, it's like I always do it. So I'm sorry, my bad. It's just a piece of, you know, but it's so cool to be here.
That's all right, Ace. We're gonna have you namaste us out. For that,
Jay, thank you for the platform. Thank you for the time. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on. Every time's been a good time. I enjoyed the panel. Thank you, Tyrone and Ace. Good conversation. I wish you guys the best going forward. For the conversation, folks, if this is your deal breaker, let your person know early. Like I said, whether relationship, situationship, whatever you're trying to get into, let them know what your boundaries are, you know, what your wants are and what your needs are. Because they don't know it, they're not going to know it. And you can't assume that they know it. So let it be known early. And if they make a mistake, forgive them. Allow them a chance to make up for it. If they continue to do it, if it is, you know, we have a deal. It's what's called a deal breaker. So if they break your deal, might be time to let it go and move on. Simple as that.
Amen to that. Amen to that. And I do appreciate you guys all for being here. You know, we've had laughs tonight. We had a great time tonight. I love these conversations with you guys. I mean, it helps us all learn through our experiences and, you know, just conversations and things for the whole community, because a lot of times we're not talking about a lot of these things, not even with our friends. So, I do appreciate you guys sharing your time with us and everything. You guys have anything coming up that you guys want anybody to know about or anything?
I'm doing my mental health talk tomorrow. I just haven't announced it yet.
Okay.
So I'd say around tomorrow, around 2 p.m., it's going to be me and talking about dealing with anxiety and PTSD and what I was doing to get past it. So I know I got to do the flyer tonight and send it out, but
and that's 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I got something to listen to at work. I got to see if it interrupts.
Yeah, about 2. I think 2 is a good time.
All right. Fernando, Ace, you guys got anything going on?
I have some things brewing, but I'm more to be announced. I know Tyrone and I are working on some things. I'm also working on more so of mindfulness conversations. I'm really big on meditation, yoga, keeping the mind where it needs to be. So some things of that nature are coming up as well. So more to come. Stay tuned.
Ace, I'm gonna link you with my cousin because she does a thing that she has called it Remy. It's reading, exercise, meditation, and yoga.
Yes.
And so she shot a Remy every day, and so that's what she's into. So I'm gonna link you guys together and stuff. Don't start, Tyrone. That's gonna be another eye to keep an eye on Ace to make sure you're doing right, Tyrone. Okay, you do right by her.
No, there'd be times like I think she left.
You do right by her. Gone. Everything you think about will crumble.
Yes, Jay.
I am so happy you said that, Jay. I'm so happy you said that. Oh, we're going to laugh about that later.
No, but Fernando, you got any travels that we should know about coming up? You know what I'm saying? Some itineraries that we need to start booking our trips for or whatever. Let us go.
I mean, July I'll be in Jamaica, so I'll be out there for a week, and I'll be showing the other side of whole different lifestyle. But aside from that, though, like I'm always traveling. I'll be somewhere next month. I'll be somewhere also in June. Go to the page, try being savage. Come see the world with me. Take a trip. Let's see what we.
When we gonna get the travel vlog out of you? That's what we need to get. We gotta get this. We gotta get this.
I know. I got to. I gotta do it. And so I've been everywhere. I have all the footage. I haven't posted it yet. So yeah, definitely next steps for sure.
Yeah, you got to get this going. We got to travel vicariously through you. When I got to be stuck at work, I'm be just like, oh, look at him having a great time, and I'm over here making a damn cupcake. This is bullshit.
You can always join me. That's what I say.
Oh yeah, me and my girls will be there. Listen, me and my girls will be there. Don't play with us. Shoot, we'll be there.
So pull up on me.
Huh?
Pull up on me.
Yes, don't tell us to take a vacation. We'll be out. Shoot. And Fernando really be looking out like the man in these streets having all these fine girls on them.
You see my pictures. I stay with the women.
That's a regular old weekend for him.
I know. Like all these fine women's on me. How can I be in a relationship? Look at this.
Ready to love? I'm ready to travel, baby. I'm ready to see the world. I'm ready to do. You know what I mean? I'm ready to make some friends. You feel me?
You gotta get you a travel bag, and then y'all start the little travel club together. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody else that kind of did that. So he travels with his girl and he throws a whole thing and stuff. So you might have to get on that. We're gonna find you a travel bag. We're gonna get you one. That's right. All right. Oh, somebody out here said what? They want to see your info on Colombia. What? Uh-oh, Fernando. You already getting travel. You already getting bookings.
Oh, yeah. I was out there, February for my birthday. Yeah, that's about it. Cartagena. I was out there. Mud baths and everything.
Yes.
All right.
Colombia.
All right. So since Fernando been everywhere, I haven't. It's all right. I'm not going to be mad about it. I ain't gonna be mad about it at all. I'm gonna just cry later.
Get you a man that travels.
Oh my God. I wasn't ready.
I'm I'm sorry, I ended up with a businessman. You know what I'm saying? His business was not traveling. I should have thought this through.
I'm joking, homie. I'm joking.
No.
Homie.
No, we not.
No problem.
I should have thought this through. I was like, oh, free tattoos, not free trips.
Tat it up. Okay.
I ain't got another one since. No. Since we've been together, I ain't got another tattoo. Shoot. No.
Hustling backwards, baby. Hustling backwards.
I am, ain't I? I have never been right at this. My rent ain't paid. No. All right, you guys. Y'all have a great Saturday evening. Peace and blessings to you all. Thank you for being here with us. Okay, yeah. See. Oh, before I go, next week we will not be here. I told you I'm going to go see Dave Chappelle. I'm not going to sit here and mess this up for y'all. Okay? No, I'm just playing. No, but I'm gonna go see Dave Chappelle next week. I'm gonna try to, I don't know if I can get the cameras in there, but I'll try to tell y'all about it when I come back. All right. So next week we will not be here, but we'll be back with another topic the following weekend, of course. And we don't know who we'll have on then. More cast members will be more open and off of the show to talk. So maybe we can have some discussions on petty levels with the petty mob at one point. So we'll see.
Sure.
All right, guys. You guys have a great Saturday. We'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.
All right.
Have a good